Hi, I'm Stapler. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and this is Sonic Second, where we talk about every single episode of Sonic Underground.
Sonic Underground.
Could you introduce?
Hi, I'm Chrissy Daffy, and my pronouns are she, her.
Awesome. I don't really have many Sonic related developments in my life, but I have been listening to this Sonic podcast that's talking about the IDW comics, and I've read the IDW comics. I want to get more of them.
Ooh, nice.
And also I drew Sonya, and I'm thinking of making my own Sonic Underground fanfiction.
That's fun. I did do that a couple of years ago where I was just I want to add Tails, and then I would have I feel the urge to go back and tweak with that AU, but it's been years.
Yeah. And I'm not sure where to start. I think I might just write based on my imagination and memory, but I'm also what if I just watched the episode and I wrote everything down, but I changed the things I didn't like? That would probably be boring, though, because that would just be Sonic Underground kind of rewritten. Yeah.
I feel the best way to start, because I write so much stuff that never gets seen by anyone, is you start by writing the random little short tidbit scenes, and then you keep those in a random document somewhere or folder depending on how you feel like writing. I personally love writing by hand, and then I'll go and type up the story later. And then once you have so many little connector scenes, little scenes where you can explore how you want these characters to speak, act, all that, you can write connector scenes, throw away the junk scenes of their characters just interacting over breakfast, because not a lot of people are going to want that.
Yeah, or maybe if you want to do the interacting over breakfast, you got to make it really funny.
Yeah, really, those scenes are just really good for writer's practice. You don't have to very few people are ever going to want to read those random scenes. Sonic developments for me, I did begin working on a 5-page comic book of Shadow and Manic, and I'm on Inkig now.
Inkig.
So that's pretty much it on Sonic development for me.
What is Inkig?
Inking, it's where I go.
Inking.
So I did Oh, I'm sorry. My speech is garbage. Oh, my mic's also upside down. Off in the corner.
Yeah, I heard e-gig.
Yeah, I have a speech impediment, so I'll say words, but they don't come out clearly. I'll talk to my husband, he'll hear a completely different word, and I have to go really slowly and say it all over again.
Okay, well, you've been on an episode before, so let me look so I can tell the audience if they want to hear your experience. Your first episode was episode 7, Deepest Fear. Or the Deepest
Yes,
Fear.
The one with the whale.
Yeah.
Very good whale. I remember that one.
Okay, now to look at episode wikis. So, Sonic Tonic, in the US, it aired on September 17th, 1999, and then in France, it was February 24th.
I have a fun fact about the US air date. It shares a birthday with one of my nieces.
Whoa. You know what? Yeah. I should start doing a thing where when I look at the air dates, I'll choose one of them and just see if there was anything interesting that happened on that day.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure a lot of stuff. Because it was 1999, which had that whole Y2K event where they're just like, what's going to happen when it reaches the year 2000 and everything going to break? I remember that being like a fear people apparently had.
Yeah, that was crazy. Wow, okay, I'm looking at September 17th on Wikipedia and it's giving me like so much.
Right.
It's mostly giving me historical stuff like, oh,
Yeah.
there was this war. I don't want that.
So I typed in February 24th, 1999, and I got something about a moon phase.
Okay, apparently September 17th is Australian Citizenships Day. Oh, and apparently it's Heroes Day in Angola. And Teachers Day in Honduras. Okay, I'm derailing this.
It's pretty fine. February 24th is Central Exercise Day in India.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and International Tongue Twister Day.
Nice. So
Right.
in the goose category, I sometimes forget to go over this one. When it pans to a shot of Dingo disguised as binoculars used by Sonic, he says no sign of trouble, but his mouth does not move.
Yeah.
So
I also, in that scene, Dingo is clearly facing away, but when he gets hit by the remote, instead of Dingo's butt being in Sonic's face, it's Dingo's face. And I know why they did that, but at the same time, how hilarious would it be if it was his butt and he had accidentally farted in Sonic's face? I think it would be hilarious. But as someone who finds farts very funny.
That would be kind of funny. So in French, it was Tony Sonic, but the translation is Tonic Sonic. So it's just Sonic Tonic in a different order. In German, it's the Hanging Gardens. In Italian, it's Speeding Tonic. And then all the other languages, it's just Sonic Tonic.
Right. It really is. I like that it's called the Hanging Gardens, even though, like, the gardens themselves, they don't really look like they're hanging. It's just a lovely pyramid structure. But yeah. But also, like, how does Sonia and Minnick know to put the elixir on their feet? Because I don't recall it ever being expressed or told to them.
Okay, I'm looking at the trivia. Before the episode aired on the Hub on April 1st, 2013, during April Fool's Day Marathon, on April 1st, after they sang, "What's the day today?" That is very weirdly worded, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, this is such a bad episode of television. Let's air it because it's April 1st.
Right. Oh, it does have a similar plot. I like this bit of trivia. The episode has a very similar plot to the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog episode Full Tilt Tales and may have reused it for this episode.
Yeah. And
I have a vague memory of that, but I've watched Adventures way too often.
Yeah, I'm looking at the writers and they're different. So it's not like the same writer used the same thing, but he's so
right, and there's no guarantee the writer before would have watched one of the series before.
Yeah, it's
a really good concept to have for Sonic.
Yeah, so this episode was written by Mark Edens. This isn't his first episode. He did.
I believe he was on a previous episode. Yeah, he did do Deepest Fear.
Yeah.
I find it hilarious. He's doing 2 episodes that I signed on to do.
Yeah, and so he did Deepest Fear, Winter Fakes All, Sonic Tonic, The Jewels of the Crown. I don't remember that one. Doomsday, Flying Fortress, and New Echidna in Town.
Yeah, I don't remember Jewel of the Crown either. It says it's the 19th episode, so you'll get to it soon.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the Wikipedia is on production order or what episode order.
Yeah, I don't know. The Wikipedia episode order. That is in France airing order. And France airing order is almost the same as production order, except like 2 random episodes are swapped.
Awesome.
Yeah. I forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah, we're recording a podcast about Sonic Underground.
Okay, cool. Because I was just like, that's what I thought we were doing. But at the same time, we're mostly just going through the Wikipedia at the moment, which is lovely.
So, I think that's it for... Oh, wait. Oh, there's no new character of the episode, so we don't need to go over voice actors.
Right, no new characters. This is strictly with the way the concept of the episode works. We are with the main cast, which is
okay.
Nice to see.
So let me go over to the title card.
There will be five Sonic Underground.
I built the hanging gardens of Mobius for my children before they were even born. Someday, I would bring them here and show them all the trees and flowers of Mobius. All here in this one beautiful spot. But before I could share this beauty with them, there came Robotnik.
Okay, so this is one of those narrations where it's giving us information instead of being like, hey, they're gonna learn something about this.
Right. I do like and find it kind of odd now that I'm kind of thinking about it. I like that she's just like, I want to gather all of these plants and have this beautiful greenhouse so that my children can come here and see all the plants that exist on this planet, but also in like a kind of safer environment without having to travel. But it could also foster like an enjoyment or a curiosity about other areas. I think that's cool, but at the same time, like, how are you keeping all these plants alive? Because the planet's very diverse in biomes, I'm sure.
I don't know, Pulp Fiction logic or something.
Right? Fictional MacGuffin. Sonic's hiding Chaos Emeralds in his quills and hasn't lost one yet.
So, Robotnik is, of course, trying to take the resources for himself because oh wait, I already forgot what he called it. The Velocitree.
It's called a Velocitree, which sounds like Velociraptor.
Yeah, and so it's a pun on velocity and tree, which makes me think of that one Sonic level, Hydrocity, which everyone argues if it's Hydrocity or Hydro City.
I'm just like, you could say it either way. It's not really clear based off of the spacing with that font anyway what it's actually called. And none of us have the manual at the moment to actually look at it. It does not matter.
Yeah.
Like if I say Eggman, you know I mean Robotnik. If you say Robotnik, I know you mean Eggman. It's cool.
Yeah, it's... People act like it's such a big deal. Okay. So,
I appreciate all the memes of it that, like, I'll see in, like, silly, like, little animated, like, funny shorts. Luckily, I've managed to stay out of crazy Sonic drama.
Yeah, I think that, they referenced it in a Free Comic Book Day issue of IDW. So...
They did. Because I have it.
Oh, nice.
I'll go through my volumes. I'll take a picture of it when I find it, because I believe I have it.
Wait, okay, I've not been to a Free Comic Book Day thing since I was a kid. They don't allow, adults to take free comic books, do they?
They do.
Oh, okay.
I went to... I haven't been able to go to, like... Because there's not an actual comic book store, but, they had some Free Comic Book Day stuff at a, it's kind of like a flea market kind of area that's somewhere around, like, it's like 30 to 40 minutes away from me. And they let me take some Free Comic Book Day stuff that they had there for that day. But I haven't been to an official one, but yeah, anyone can come and get a free comic book on that day.
Okay. I would love to go to Free Comic Book Day events, but COVID is still not over. And so
No.
I'm afraid of going to places where there are a lot of people.
Yeah. You just gotta make sure, like, hand sanitizer, mask, gloves, stuff like that. Keep yourself safe. I have my first vaccine and the booster. But yeah. With Mars, it's mainly just there's limited parking in the one comic book store that I know is closest to us. And the guy mostly focuses on selling magic cards, and he got really rude and angry with like my husband because he hadn't been there to buy magic cards in so long because he just did not have the money. So my husband stopped going there to meet up with his friends to play Magic.
Jeez, that's I
Yeah.
don't even know. That's insane.
Right. Right.
So,
Way to like scare a customer.
yeah,
But yeah,
I
you
don't
can take
think that's
one.
the best business strategy.
Yeah. Because like you have the you said you've been getting the big thick omnibus ones. The 12
Yeah.
ones, which I think have the 3 free comic book day issues in there.
Oh yeah, I think one of them does.
Because I believe they have the Tonic annual in there.
Yeah, I'll have to. I currently can't read the first one because I lent that to my dad, but I can reread the second and third one. Okay, so
Yeah.
Robotnik had used the whatever it's called, the tree. He used it to, yeah, the Velocitree. He used it to make the Sonic Tonic. And he's like,
glowing
hey,
and creepy.
can anyone be my guinea pig? And of course,
Sleep's like, Dingo will!
Yeah, because Sleet's like, Dingo will. And then we see a shot of Robotnik, and his bottom half that's supposed to be black is red, like the rest of his outfit.
Oh, yeah.
And I noticed that happened in Beginnings, too. Also, character design note. Everyone has 5 fingers except Robotnik. I feel like that's weird.
Yeah, why does he have 3 fingers?
I think it's because he just wasn't updated, because Sega was like, hey, you gotta give Sonic 5 fingers, and so they did that for the other triplets, and I guess they did that for the new characters too, but they didn't bother to change the model sheet for Robotnik because it's just straight up taken from Sat AM.
Right. Oh yeah, you're right. That design is really ripped from Sat AM. It's just the Sat AM one with the way they had him like lit in his scenes. He was very much more threatening and imposing.
Yeah, and also like it was cell animation, and cell colors are very different from digital colors. So like,
it's was Underground colored
here.
digitally? I thought it was on cells too.
Pretty sure it's colored digitally, and I think it's completely animated digitally. That's why like it just doesn't. I don't know how to explain it. It looks cleaner technically, even though it's not good animation. That's why the colors are so solid.
I always thought like this animation was just like it's lower quality animation. It's just the colors weren't as diminished as the versions we have of the Sat AM one. Because Sat AM came first.
I see. Yeah. And Dingo asks if it's really yummy, and Robotnik's like, no, you pour on your feet, not drink it. And so
well, I'm just like, I don't know, you made this new medicine, you didn't give instructions, my dude.
Yeah. And Sleet makes a joke about how like, oh, you think he's gonna grow? And Robotnik's like, he's not a plant. And then Sleet's like, well, he's just as smart as one.
Right. Which I think is like, 1, great diss. But 2, Dingo is right there. How is this poor boy not getting offended?
I don't know. I think that he just like, I feel like he doesn't understand the concept of intelligence. I don't know. Because
I feel like there is an episode where he becomes like a total brainiac, which is hilarious, but I don't remember what episode that was.
That reminds me of how in Archie Sonic, they didn't know that Tails was going to be a genius, so there was a comic where he temporarily becomes a genius.
Oh yeah, because like he ate like this fruit because like it wasn't in the original Sonic Bible. But a fun fact about Tails is he's the one who taught Sonic how to spin dash.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, it's in one of like the old Sonic manual Bibles from like Sonic 2 or 3 to explain why Sonic can now spin dash in the second game.
Ah, yeah, that's very clever. So Dingo runs through a wall, and then Robotnik gives Sleet the tonic, and Sleet puts it on, and so... Oh wait, I just realized I didn't explain to the audience what the Sonic Tonic was. Basically,
we did it. So
it makes
Sonic
you really
Tonic...
fast.
Okay, I'll go for it real quick. So the Sonic Tonic is... Eggman took pretty special, very rare, endangered tree, ground it up, and turned it into, like, nuclear waste-colored, really bright yellow-green fluid that's kind of glowy. It looks like nuclear reactor. You take this Sonic Tonic, you pour it on your feet, because it has to be absorbed for the skin, but they're pouring it on their shoes. But cartoon logic. You pour it on your feet, and then it makes you run as fast as Sonic the Hedgehog. So essentially, you pour it on your feet, and your whole body goes, gotta go fast! Sonic, gotta go fast! All day. Well, until it wears off, and then you have a side effect that appears later. So I don't know if you want me to sell that part, or just go for the plot of the story of the episode.
We'll wait until we see what the side effect is.
Right.
And also, they run off, and the ground is burning. That is such an Adventures of moment.
Right. It's like, look at our beautiful flame trail.
So Sonia and Manic are working on something, and Sonic's like, "You're taking too long," and then he does it for them.
Yeah. And they're apparently doing a concert or something in this area. And Sonic's just like, "Oh, I'll do it," but Manic's just like, "We still have to test the system to make sure like it works and stuff."
Yeah, and I'm looking at what Sonic's doing, and I'm like, that looks kind of heavy. Didn't he struggle with stuff in an earlier episode?
He did, in which Sonia was super strong. But also there was an earlier episode, I believe, where Sonia could also run as fast as Sonic.
I don't remember that one.
Okay.
Well, this show
you
has
might not have
no
gotten to it yet, or it's out of order. It's the Origins episode. That must not have happened yet.
Yeah, I haven't looked closely into the Origins episodes. I mean, like, I rewatched one of them recently, but I wasn't watching it for the podcast.
Yeah. In the Origins episode, which I saw was before this, or at least it had aired before this. I don't know when it airs now. But Sonia is seen like running as fast as Sonic because there's a whole scene with Manic going, "Yeah, they run fast. I don't. I'm just gonna be over here watching and kind of sad boy."
Winner fakes all. Hedgehog's home is her castle. Artifact bug. Sonic Tonic. Okay, the Origins episodes are after this.
Okay.
Anyways, I feel like there was something I was gonna say. I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, this show has no continuity.
Yeah, the show has no continuity. Oh my god, that face you just paused on with Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic is talking about, he's gonna check out something, concert security, and his eyes, like, I don't even know how to explain it, it just looks weird. So
he's turning, and what it is, it's a random in-between frame you paused on. So he's turning, so his body is turned, but his eyes haven't turned. Like, one eye is turned, but the other hasn't. So he looks very cross-eyed in opposite directions.
Yeah, that is
So
weird.
each eye is looking in different areas.
And Sonya also makes a really funny face.
Right.
I have to
Her hair
pause at the right
looks
angle.
really weird.
Yeah.
Because like her hair will be going up and like you should be able to see her ear on that side, but you don't.
Yeah, so she raises her eyebrows and it just looks weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, her hair does.
Also, I'm realizing she has more of a neck than what I believe the boys do.
Yeah, okay. I want to talk about Sonya's character design. She has... Okay, actually, let me look at Sally because I want to bring Sally up too.
Right.
Oh, fun fact about
depends on
Sally.
which version of Sally Acorn you look at.
I'm gonna be looking at the SAT-AM Sally Acorn. There's a later Archie version where she looks a little bit better.
Yeah, they've redesigned her for like a whole Genesis wave to make everyone fit more with what the Sonic game designs are, which I do like.
I prefer the Genesis wave Sally. Anyways,
Yeah.
So
I'm sad
original
that they got rid of
SAT-AM
Antoine's jacket.
I forgot about that. So the original Sally Acorn, before she even has a jacket, she also has a neck. And she also has a different body type from everyone else. Though, okay, I guess a lot of the original characters for SAT-AM, they have different body types. So, like, she's less egregious, but still, like, I'm not a big fan of... Sonic has the oval body, and then Sally has a more realistic body.
Sally and Bunny.
Oh yeah, and Bunny too. I
the
forget.
Screenshot I'm looking at. They're also the only ones with necks, so I'm just like, so only the girls get necks in the Sonic franchise.
Yeah, but like it's a little less egregious because like there's also the other freedom fighters that look weird. Actually, does Antoine have a neck?
No.
Okay,
but
then you're
essentially,
right.
some frames he does have a neck, but it's not like on basic design level wise. It mostly looks like he has a neck because of the jacket collar at the top, but really it blends in with like the rest of his main body.
Okay, so like all the freedom fighters in SAT-AM like look a little different, so it's not as bad.
Yeah.
But in Sonic Underground, there's Sonic and Manic, and they both have like more oval bodies, and Sonya has like a little more human-like, and I don't like that. I wish that Sonya either there was a male character, Hedgehog, who had a more human body, or Sonya just had the same kind of body as Sonic and Manic. And also,
like, I get they wanted her to distinguish her, but
yeah, well, she's already distinguished with being pink and her outfit.
The color is enough. Have you not seen the Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah. Funny thing is that they have the same color scheme as the Powerpuff Girls, which I think I've mentioned in an earlier episode, as well as mentioning that they have the same color scheme as Wonderful Precure.
Yes, I believe.
So yeah, my rant about Sonya's character design. Oh, while I'm at it, I noticed an interesting thing is that Sonic is slightly fatter than Manic, which I think is a cool little touch.
It is a nice touch. It's all the chili dogs. But you would think he would be a little bit slimmer from all the running, but it's the chili dogs. Manic's got to keep himself a little bit leaner to like sneakily steal stuff.
Yeah. Or Manic eats less. Okay, back to the episode.
He's not used to eating a lot. He didn't have that many resources. Tiny stomach.
That's true. So, now we're at the scene where Dingo has two faces because Sonic is looking at him because he's a telescope.
Yep.
And then Dingo morphs.
Yep. This scene, which I found hilarious because I'm just like, if he was just facing the other way. So many opportunities.
Yeah. So, they're fighting, and yeah, I don't know what to say. They're fighting, and Sonic goes to see his siblings, and then
Sonya's
Sleeping Dingo are there because they're fast. Oh, sorry.
Sonya's eyes in that frame where Sonic's just like, "Hey, Sleeping Dingo are coming." Her eyes are just bug-like because they're in 2 different sections. And they did not correct it. But she also didn't move for that whole sequence.
Oh, we see this weird shot where it's behind Dingo's crotch area and it's zooming in.
Yeah. This whole scene Sonic right here I find really interesting for Sonic because in each clip of Sonic, his quills are shaped in a different area, which I find amusing.
We look at it again.
Yeah. Because, like, he lands and he's in triangle, and then, like, he drops into the guitar where his quills begin to go upward.
Yeah.
And then, like, you have a nice shot of him for, like, a tiny millisecond of the back of his quills, which you don't often get to see Sonic from the back.
Yeah, and so they capture Sonic, because they had him surrounded, and he's in chains.
And Dingo into a ball for the chain, which I find very clever.
Yeah.
And then Eggman's gloating. And it doesn't, like, Eggman interrupt him, and he's like, can you not, because I am gloating?
Yeah.
Can I ask one quick question?
Don't interrupt me. Can't you see I'm gloating?
I just want to know how you made Sleeping Dingo fast enough to catch me.
I owe it all to your mother.
What's Mom got to do with this?
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, it was your mother who decided to save this very extremely rare plant in her cute little hanging garden. Because, you know, he's got a gloat.
Specific part of
Yeah. Were you born this ugly, or did you have to work at it?
I appreciate the sass.
Yeah.
And then Eggman just not having it and responding.
Yeah. Eggman is just like, no, I hate. Yeah, I just hate.
And then you got the whole fight between Robotnik and Sleek, because it's like, wait, you need to pay us. And Robotnik's like, roboticize Sonic first.
That reminds me of a later scene in a different episode where where Sleet says something about being paid, and then Dingo's like, wait, we're getting paid? And Sleet's like, yeah, we have to talk about that later. Okay, so Manic and Sonya are crawling through this tunnel, and we see Manic's butt, and it looks so funny because it's just like...
So it's like...
The audio quality gets really bad out of nowhere after this point, so if you just want to skip that, you're not missing that much of the conversation. It's 35 minutes, 24 seconds.
You always take me to the nicest places in, like, this silly, joking, sibling manner that I really enjoy.
Yeah, and... Yeah, it's really funny when we see Sonya, or no, when we see Manic and Sonic's legs, they're like so weird looking. And now we see the, what's the word you used? I forgot what it's called. Side effect. I see the side effect is their feet grow big and they can't walk.
Yep, because you're not used to your feet being that size.
Yeah.
When Sonic runs away and meets up with Sonya and Manic, and then we have Robotnik and Sleet discussing how to split up Dingo's portion after Sleet gets rid of him, which is so hurtful for Dingo. And I'm just like, Dingo, buddy, you poor thing. Switch sides. Nobody here likes you.
And also, when the feet grow big for Dingo and Sleet, their shoes break, and it looks really hurts their feet. It's so weird. And this is one of those writers that build fetish things.
I don't know if it's like a foot fetish writer thing, because, like, this is the only time in the series it happens. It could just be, like, a silly haha funny moment, but they do later for another victim, their shoes don't break.
Yeah, so, I don't know, it could be that, it very well could just be, like, funny, because, gross equals funny in kid shows, but a lot of people interpreted it as fetish when they watched this episode.
Yeah, I think that was probably because, like, someone pointed out, like, have you seen how many times, like, feet show up in, like, this show and stuff, and I'm just like, you know, sometimes it just could be there because it's funny, but if it's there, like, enough for you to, like, make a tally of, like, maybe 10 or 5, it can be a little sus. 5, I'm just like, that's a little sus. 10 is kind of a definite. But it also depends on how long the series has been running.
I think we see more stuff in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, to be honest.
Right.
Based on memory, though. I don't know.
I mean, Milton Knight loved every chance to animate Robotnik's butt, so...
Yeah, that's true.
But was it a fetish, or was it just because Milton Knight found butts funny?
Good question. So the Sonic Underground escape, or wait, no. They escape and they get one of they get the Sonic Tonic because they don't want Robotnik to misuse it.
And then Sonic explains by the jalopy van what the tonic does.
Yeah.
And Sonya and Manic are just like, he's always so full of himself just because he's fast.
Yeah, and they get the idea of using the Sonic Tonic for themselves because, well, clearly the only reason it made Dingo... It made Dingo's feet big and have him go all bad is because he's so unstable because he's always morphing.
Right?
I like
Which
that they
is
use
logical because I didn't see Sleet, so...
Yeah, I think it's funny that they used the word morphing.
Yeah, well, he is morphing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get the song, which I found out listening to it at 1.25 speed is a lot better than at regular speed.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I watched it sped up.
Yeah.
And this song happens after they get a flat tire and Sonic just leaves them in the dust to go do whatever it is he's doing. I think he's going to meet them at the gardens.
Yeah, I forgot about that detail. So this song has some interesting original animation. I think like all songs have a little bit of original animation, but they also tend to...
This one feels like it has a little bit more original animation than just like a random scene from the show or episode. I think put into like Windows Movie Maker 95.
Yeah, I think the most egregious example of them reusing scenes is one of the songs was like, I'm looking for someone, have you got the 411? And we see Sleet nodding his head.
Right, even though like in a previous episode it's like, they don't like music.
Yeah, actually it was an episode after that, but yeah. Okay, so now they're pouring it on. But then we see a scene with Robotnik, and he's making Sleet and Dingo really, really hot so they can sweat a lot because that's gonna make their feet go back to normal.
Right. He's like, he has them in like a little tiny makeshift sauna, just with really bright heater light things.
Yeah, whatever works, I guess. I don't think we've seen them do that before. They're on these, like, these hoverboard things. I think any other time they would use the, red spaceship.
Yeah.
So, Sonya and Manic are just standing by the van, and Sonic's like, why haven't you changed the tire yet? And, Sonya's like, no, we're not gonna do that, and then she runs off, and...
Sonic's like, she took the stupid tonic, didn't she? And Meg's like, hey sis, wait up!
And then he runs too. And then Sonic goes out, and he throws the Tonic up in the air, which makes the audience think, oh, he's like gonna destroy it. But then he just catches it again. Like, what was the point of that? So Sonya and Manic are looking at the garden place where there is no garden stuff. No, there is, but it's not... I don't know what I'm saying.
There's no plant life there.
Yeah. And then Sonya starts shaking, and then Manic does too, and then their feet grow. Also, I just noticed Dingo's pants are asymmetrical.
Oh, so that is interesting. I've never noticed that about Dingo. And then Sleet makes fun of him, like, oh, you fools, you took the tonic.
And Manic's like, I may have big feet, but I don't have a big mouth, because Sleet asks him to tell where Sonic is.
And then Sonic shows up and runs over a bunch of SWAT bots with the van. And I'm just like, how is this van not dented?
I don't know. I guess that van is just really strong. If it was that strong, though, why wouldn't he start using it on Sleet and Dingo?
Right?
Oh, wait.
I guess Sonic is above committing murder.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe Sonic's a pacifist. That'd be crazy.
He's not a pacifist. He's just not going to commit murder. Sonic runs up the Hanging Garden pyramid, and the Swapbots give chase, and then Slate and Dingo give chase on foot. They don't take the little jet plane. I don't know how they're communicating. Like, the Sonic's like screaming down, like, y'all should run and get out of the way.
That
And
reminds
Manic
me.
is like, we can't run and get out of the way, dude. We can't walk.
That reminds me of this one scene in Utena where someone is using binoculars and they're looking at someone else, and it's implied that they can hear their conversation.
Which is so weird. Though I did see, like, it's a couple of panels from, like, probably what's a Batman comic book, because it's one of the Robins spying on Bruce as he's talking to another, like, Justice League member, and Batman turns and mouths, "I know you're out there, Robin. Go to bed." Crap.
That's crazy. At least that makes sense.
Right.
Instead of looking through a telescope and somehow hearing a conversation.
Like, imply that you can read lips. Yeah. But back to the Sonic Underground. Sonic throws the Sonic Tonic, and it lands in, like, the water that's flowing through the Hanging Gardens. And then Sonic starts playing his guitar, and Sonia and Mick decide to play their instrument to make more noise, to, like, give Sleet and Dingo a headache, because apparently music gives them headaches in this episode. Other continuity is different. And then plants grow everywhere.
Okay, I'm taking a couple screenshots because Sonya and Manic in this shot, or these two shots, look so weird.
Right.
You know what? The specific way that they're drawn, it reminds me of a certain Archie comic art of Sonic. And they're like, it's beautiful after it
Right, all the
grows.
plants are there, but you left Sleet and Dingo tied up there, and Eggman can always come back and, like, destroy it.
Yeah.
But Sonic's like, you know what, it was my fault for being kind of a jerk and making y'all feel that you needed to take the tonic. But then he goes, hey, can you drive faster? I think I saw a turtle passing us. But it's said in obviously a joking manner.
Yeah. And then it ends with an everyone laughs.
Right.
And then they drive into the sunset. Okay. So I think we learned a lot from this episode. Don't put any liquids on your feet because they might become really big and you're gonna have to go into a sauna to get them back to normal.
On that same note, don't take any medications or any kind of, like, elixirs or tonics without reading about what possible side effects it could have.
Yeah.
And also, don't gloat about the thing you're really good at to your friends, because it makes them envious, and envy can ruin friendships.
Yeah, that's true. Now I have to come up with a Japanese title. So, Sonic Tonic, that's a very simple English title. Very simple to the point.
Yeah.
2 words. What about
For
2
me-
sentences for you?
Me, I was just like, the elixir of speed isn't all it's cracked up to be. That was the one I thought of while watching it.
Yeah, I completely forgot about this while I was watching it, so I have nothing. Sleet and Dingo are fast now? What are we gonna do?
Right? Become as fast as Sonic. Try the speed elixir. Or try our speedy Sonic. Our speedy tonic. You too can be as fast as Sonic. That one rhymed.
Yeah, I think those are good. So, where can people find you online if you wish to be found?
I'm pretty much Chrissy Duffy on every social media. I'm mostly active on Tumblr and YouTube and Ko-fi at the moment.
Okay. Well, until next time, see you another Sonic Second.
Sonic Second. Sonic Underground.
For podcast questions, you can email me through staplersound@gmail.com. As for social media, my main account on Tumblr and Twitter is Magical Stapler, with my art account being Stapler Art. You can also commission me at ko-fi.com/staplerart/commissions. That's ko-fi.com/staplerart.
What-a-yada-yada, ba-ba-ba-da-da, what-a-yada-yada, ba-ba-ba-da-da,
I really wish I was the fastest thing alive.
Here comes that sonic blaster, and like a comet, I'd go streaking across the sky.
I like to be the one that everyone says, look at him go. He makes a drumstick smoke. Who is that guy? Well, that's me.
If I could just accelerate, my life would be great. My legs would be a blur. Wow, look at her, she can really fly. She flies.
I wish I could go faster. I really wish I was the fastest thing